Welcome to the F-86 Practical Landing Exercise. Before beginning the lesson, please get familiar with the commands listed below. Press spacebar when you are ready to start. Landing is one of the most complex and dangerous elements of piloting an aircraft. During landing, the aircraft is close to stall speed, which requires high concentration and attention from the pilot, and precise and accurate distribution of flight control inputs. If an aircraft stalls during landing, it can easily crash, because there simply might not be enough altitude to recover from the stall. The F-86 is not equipped with instrument landing systems, and because of that, a visual approach is used. In this exercise, we will get acquainted with the visual approach scheme, consisting of the following elements: overflying the airfield, extending the air brakes and beginning descent with a vertical speed of no more than 1,500 feet per minute, extension of the landing gear and flaps at less than 185 knots, descending at an airspeed of 170 knots, reducing the airspeed to 140 knots while the aircraft is maintaining the glide path to the runway threshold, flaring at idle RPM and touchdown at speeds of 115 knots, taxiing to the parking position, shutting down the engine and turning off the electrical supply. In this training mission, the correct landing trajectory is marked with aerial gates. It is not necessary to precisely fly through them, but try to get as close as possible. Press spacebar to unpause and start flying. At less than 63% RPM, engine response is quite slow. Therefore, during descent, set to a sustainable position of 65%. The landing approach starts with flying over the runway threshold at an altitude of approximately 3,000 feet. To ease piloting, use the pitch trimmer, or right control and semicolon, right control and period, and the roll trimmer, right control and comma, and right control and forward slash when needed. You are flying over the runway threshold. Extend the air brakes. Descend with a vertical speed of no more than 1,500 feet per minute. Speed of less than 185 knots, extend the landing gear with the G key and the flaps with F. Increase engine RPM to maintain an airspeed of 170 knots. Check that the flaps are extended by looking at the wings. Check the landing gear extension on the front left panel. 3 up markings should change to wheel symbols. Extend the landing light by moving the highlighted landing and taxi light switch in the extend and on position, or up. This can be done with the key combination or by right-clicking the switch. You are now on final approach. Indicated airspeed should be 140 knots. Vertical speed should not exceed 1,000 feet per minute. After passing the last gate, reduce the vertical speed of the aircraft and start flaring by smoothly pulling back on the stick. Set idle RPM by moving the throttle handle all the way back, keeping in the flaring position by providing aft stick input, and if timed right, you'll set down on the main gears smoothly and shortly after the flare. Don't pull back too far or you'll stall the aircraft and land too hard. Before applying the brakes, raise the flaps to increase the weight load on the tires to improve braking action. Raise the flaps and then apply the brakes. At the end of the runway, a follow me car is waiting for you at the taxiway. To turn, hold the nose wheel steering button, or S, and use the pedals, Z and X.
Enfield 1-1, taxi to parking area. Good evening, 333. Follow me.
After leaving the runway, make sure the flaps are retracted and the pitot heater switch is off.
The air brakes are kept open after landing and shutdown to allow maintenance crew access.
333, here's your parking spot. Take care.
Disable the landing light by setting the highlighted landing and taxi light switch located on the left forward console to the retract or down position. This can be done by pressing the key combination twice or by left-clicking the switch twice.
To shut down the engine, set the throttle handle to the off position or the end key.
When the engine RPM is below 10%, set the highlighted engine master switch to the off or down position. This can be done by pressing the key combination or by open the canopy by setting the highlighted canopy switch located at the left part of. Set the battery starter switch to the center or off position by pressing right Alt plus right Shift and N or left clicking in. Congratulations! You successfully finished the landing exercise. Well done. Press Escape to exit the mission.